As Singapore's bicentennial year commemoration draws to a close, we take a look at collectors who have gone through great lengths to preserve a unique part of our history, all in the hope that it can be passed on to future generations. And Nisha Rahim with the story.
Vintage glass soda bottles, an old cash register. Things you would probably find in a store in the 80s. But this is actually the home of David Wee, and some might call it a collector's dream. David started collecting these vintage items when he was 14. Now he has over 2,500 of them, from vintage radios to old phones. Even this tin-cut or tiffin carrier that represents a piece of Singapore history.
What is so significant about the tiffins right here?
This is a very nice embossed piece, probably from the late 1940s. Okay, as you can see here, it's made in occupied Japan. After the World War II, which ended in 1945, Japan was actually occupied by the Allied forces for a period of about 7 years. So during the 1945 to 1952 period, they were mass producing a lot of stuff.
Some of his tiffin carriers have also been used at bicentennial community events. But for all the thousands of items that David owns, it was this FNN glass that ignited his passion for collecting. It cost him just $1 from a trip to a flea market with his father, and the rest is history. One of his most prized possessions is a porcelain cup from the Japanese occupation. When held up against the light, it reveals an image of a geisha at the base. But his latest love is old Singapore road signs. Garden Street and Johor Road, places in the 30s or 40s that no longer exist. The 36-year-old also runs an events company called Wee's Collection, which organizes heritage-themed events for clients. David said he wants Singaporeans to continue to be interested in their country's history, and he's not the only one. Jian Yang is one of Singapore's largest toy collectors, owning over 12,000 Barbie dolls. The 40-year-old considers these limited edition dolls as his prized possessions. 2 Singapore Airlines stewardess Barbies.
My friend's father ran SIA, so I went to his house and there was this SIA doll in his drawer, and he was like, "Here, you want it?" I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I got the first one, the 1992 one, from my friend, and the second one I was actually flying on SIA and I bought it. The second one's actually a bit nicer, so I paid actual money for that doll. But she was uniquely Singaporean at the time, because the Americans hadn't seen this doll before. So to me, she was quite special.
Some of his dolls are also wrapped in local flavor, like a Barbie dressed in brown paper that's often used for takeaway food like fried bee-hoon. Most of his collection will probably fetch a tidy sum on the market, but for collectors like Tien and even David, it's not just about the profit.
I hope to be able to tell stories to the next generation.
I just wanted to do something that was just so uniquely Singaporean.